Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. Before continuing, please review the legal disclaimer provided in the comment section of this video and make sure to see the video till the end to get a full understanding of how it all works. On this channel, we share practical guidance on visa processes, immigration pathways, investment and citizenship options, and related topics to help you make informed decisions. If you are unsure about your visa options or planning your next step, consider subscribing and enabling notifications so you stay updated with the latest developments. Today's video is extremely important for anyone planning to travel internationally through Paris in France. Because every year, thousands of travelers face missed connections, boarding refusal, immigration confusion, baggage problems, and unexpected transit complications simply because they do not fully understand how transit in France actually works. And here is the surprising part. Many travelers assume that if they are only stopping in Paris for a few hours between flights, they automatically do not need any visa at all. But that assumption is not always correct. Because in Paris transit travel, everything depends on one key factor: whether you remain inside the international transit zone or whether you enter France through immigration. And that single decision completely changes your entire journey. So in today's complete guide, we are going to break down everything you need to know about the Paris-France transit visa process, from the perspective of any traveler anywhere in the world. We will cover who needs it, who does not, how airside transit works, when you must enter France, how baggage rules affect your visa situation, and how travelers accidentally get into trouble even with short layovers. So stay until the end because the most important clarity comes later in this video. Now let's begin. Paris Charles de Gaulle Airport is one of the busiest international airports in the world. It connects passengers between Europe, Asia, Africa, the Middle East, and the Americas. Millions of travelers pass through this airport every year, and because of that, the airport is designed with a structured transit system that handles global passenger movement efficiently. But there are two completely different transit realities here, and understanding this is the key to everything. The first is airside transit. The second is landside transit. Airside transit means you remain inside the secure international transit zone of the airport. You do not pass through French immigration. You do not officially enter France. You simply walk between gates and wait for your next flight inside the transit area. In most cases, if your flights are properly connected and your baggage is checked through, this is the simplest and most common transit experience. Now, here is the important truth. For many travelers worldwide, airside transit in Paris does not require a transit visa. But there is one strict condition. You must remain inside the international transit zone at all times. The moment you leave that zone, everything changes. Now let's talk about landside transit. This is where most confusion happens. Landside transit means you pass through immigration and officially enter France during your layover. This can happen in real situations such as you need to collect baggage and recheck it. Your flights are booked separately. Your airline does not transfer luggage automatically. You have an overnight layover. You need to change terminals that require exit and re-entry, or you want to leave the airport and explore Paris. The moment you pass immigration, you are officially entering France. And that is where visa rules become important. Now, here is one of the biggest misconceptions in global travel. Short layovers automatically mean no visa requirement. This is not always true, because even a short connection can require immigration clearance, depending on baggage handling, airline policy, and ticket structure. Now let's talk about one of the most important hidden risks in transit travel: separate tickets. This is where many travelers face unexpected complications. Imagine you book one flight into Paris and another flight leaving Paris with a different airline or separate booking. Even if your layover is short, you may still need to collect baggage and recheck it, and that often forces you to pass through immigration. And once you pass immigration, your visa requirement depends on your nationality and travel conditions. Now, here is another important reality. France is part of the Schengen system, so the moment you enter France, you are inside the wider European border zone. That means entry rules become stricter and more structured. Now let's talk about who actually needs a transit visa. Most travelers do not need one if they remain airside and stay inside the transit zone. But some nationalities are required to hold a special airport transit visa even if they do not enter France. This depends entirely on your passport and travel history. There is no single rule for everyone. Now let's talk about one of the most dangerous assumptions in travel. Short layovers mean no visa needed. This is not reliable, because even a short connection can turn into immigration entry if baggage or airline procedures require it. Now let's talk about the airport itself. Paris Charles de Gaulle is a very large and complex airport. It has multiple terminals, long walking distances, shuttle trains, security checkpoints, and different airline zones. Even experienced travelers sometimes underestimate connection times here, so always plan extra buffer time. Now let's talk about overnight transit. Many travelers assume sleeping inside the airport avoids visa concerns, but depending on your baggage situation and ticket structure, you may still need to enter France officially, so every situation must be checked carefully. Now let's go step by step through how transit actually works. First, you must understand your transit type. Ask yourself, will I stay inside the transit zone or not? Will I collect baggage or not? Are my flights under one booking or separate bookings? Do I have an overnight layover? Will I pass through immigration? These answers determine everything. Second, you must check whether your nationality requires an airport transit visa for France. Some travelers are exempt if they remain airside. Some nationalities require transit visas even without entering France. And others may need full entry visas depending on their situation. Third, passport validity is extremely important. Airlines may refuse boarding if your passport is close to expiry. This happens before you even reach Paris. Fourth, document preparation is essential. You should always carry valid passport, confirmed onward ticket destination visa if required, proof of onward travel, hotel booking if leaving airport, and any supporting travel documents. Fifth, accuracy matters if any visa is required. Even small mistakes in details can cause delays or refusal. Now let's talk about airline control. Before boarding your first flight, airline staff will check your documents. If they believe you cannot legally transit through France, they can stop you from boarding immediately. This is one of the most common points of failure in international travel. Now let's talk about one of the smartest travel strategies: single ticket bookings. Whenever possible, booking your entire journey under one ticket reduces transit problems significantly. It improves baggage transfer and reduces immigration complications. Now let's talk about common mistakes travelers make. Mistake number 1: assuming transit is always visa-free. Mistake number 2: ignoring baggage transfer rules. Mistake number 3: booking separate tickets without understanding consequences. Mistake number 4: not checking nationality requirements. Mistake number 5: applying too late or not preparing properly. Now let's talk about printed documents. Even in a modern airport system, printed copies of your passport, tickets, and confirmations can save you during unexpected situations. Now let's talk about travel insurance. It is strongly recommended because delays, cancellations, baggage loss, and emergencies can happen anywhere in the world. Now here is the final truth every traveler must understand. Transit rules are not universal or fixed. They depend on nationality, airline policies, immigration rules, and travel structure. That is why careful planning is essential. Now, let's summarize everything. First, understand your transit type. Second, know whether you stay airside or enter France. Third, check your nationality requirements carefully. Fourth, ensure baggage and ticket structure is correct. Fifth, prepare all documents in advance. Sixth, apply if required. Seventh, always allow enough time for connection. And finally, never assume transit is simple, because even one small detail can completely change your journey. But when properly planned, Paris transit travel can be smooth, efficient, and one of the most important connecting hubs in global aviation. We can help you to get the entire process done correctly and make your dream trip to any destination in the world easier than you think. Make sure to get in touch with us on our WhatsApp mobile numbers, no matter which part of the world you are in, and do subscribe, like, and share our channel to get many more interesting updates. Thank you for watching and have a safe journey. Get in touch with us now on +64 221 786 007 or +91 73786 00791.